And howdy doody. It's Tuesday. How y'all doing? Let's see, who do we have in the house so far? Eat More Possum been here first. Was for the Workbench Tuesday. Mikey, Fly Zone. Scott, Jackrabbit, FPV. And Harley FPV. Hey, Greg. How y'all doing? It's getting close to that ho time. And Ben T is in the house. And for most of you probably forget, but Ben T had eye surgery. He can actually see again. Rumor is it, well, never mind. Then we got Sergio. I actually told Ben to pull a little prank on his wife, but I think he kind of missed the opportunity with that. But yeah. So Ben, can you use the goggles again? Big question. With or without diopter? We're dying to know. Well, I'm dying to know. So, well, it looks like we're already pulling a pretty good crowd here. Of course, I got to do the standard, don't be shy on the thumbie uppy button. And so there's a new product that was released. Well, I don't know if you want to call it released, but it was announced today, ready for pre-order. And another manufacturer announced shipping again. So which one do we want to talk about first, the shipping or the pre-order? The pre-order is actually kind of interesting, where the shipping one is just more of the same. Let me pull that up real quick. So we'll start with the shipping one. So this I found today online. I'll make it nice and big so y'all can see it. Until it's shipping again. Yeah, believe it when I see it. But according to this statement, they are shipping within a week, but it's only going to be the Evo Nano, the Nano Plus, and the Light Plus. The Light is not in the equation at this point. So, and this is Autel Pilot, and they pride themselves to be the ones to ship for Autel. So we'll have to figure out, no, believe it when I see it, because there have been too many disappointments with these guys in the past. So they need to step it up. They need to step it up in a big way. But anywho, so this was the big breaking shipping news. And then I've got the big breaking. Yeah, I'm going to have to find it first. Where'd you go? There we go. There it is. All right. And here we go. Radio Master is coming out with a new radio. Carolina Airshots. Good evening, sir. Radio Master is come out with the Zorro. Well, they still insist they all have them out in time for Christmas. I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see. So, but to come back here, the Zorro is going to be your game style controller, gamepad style controller. And it actually looks pretty interesting. Actually has Hall gimbals on it. It has a boatload of switches and buttons on it. A nice big display on it. I like that already. We've got a return, your page up, page down. We got telemetry button, model system. Then the scroll wheel, of course, that'll be also your enter button when you push on it while scrolling through the Alt and TX. And this one is set up for both Alt and TX and Edge TX. And Sunrise Water Media is in the house. Good evening, Chris. Anyhow, the big news is this part right here. Of course, I can't highlight it. This is available as an ELRS or Express LRS radio. So the chip inside is actually going to be for the Express LRS and no longer just for the D8, D16, FR Sky, whatever you want to call it. And so, okay, here it says Alt and TX and Edge TX. 4 RF configurations. So you got your 4-in-1 multi-protocol. You got the CC250 and 2500. That's more just D8 and D16 stuff. Then we got our ELRS, and then we have a combination of the CC 2500 and the TBS, meaning there's going to be a module on the back, and it's going to be the nano module. So we get all sorts of adjustments without actually having to open up the radio. You can adjust the stick travel on the Hall gimbals. You've got a metal roller for your scroll wheel. And this is the one part that gives me a little pause, the batteries on this thing. So this runs on two 18350 batteries. And I mean, I've got 18500s for my X-Lite, FR Sky X-Lite. And I would have loved for them to be able, for me to be able to reuse the batteries on that. But it's 18350s. There's two of them, one on either side. It should be okay. I would always travel with a spare set of batteries to take with me. These batteries here show to be 900 milliamp hours. I kind of looked around a bit. The highest I could find for capacity was a 1200 milliamp hour battery. So, but there's two of them. So it should be okay. It does support USB charging. There's two USB ports. One is at the bottom for charging. The other one is on top for using it for simulator. And then they've got this little nugget in here where you can actually get a bigger battery and plug it into the bottom of this thing. And then you just Velcro the stuff on. Foldable antenna. I don't know if I'm too excited about that or not. This, I can't make heads and tails out of what this is going to be. I'm sort of thinking you're going to be able to install a different antenna on this, but they're really not saying much on that. Here's the second USB port, SD card slot for your SD card, so you can put your audio files on it. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 three-way switches, 2 sliders, 2 momentary switches, and then there's 2 more on the back here. We saw this earlier right here. So we've got, and then of course here in the middle, you have the port to slide your nano module, TBS nano module on it. They've got some extra points, attachment points for whatever you cook up. I would think this be better than the TX12 because the TX12 doesn't have Hall gimbals for one. They've got a higher grade gimbal in this thing. So I would suspect this to be a better choice than the TX12. And I mean, you can choose whatever protocol you want. I actually looked at the pricing, and the pricing is actually pretty reasonable. So the CC250, that's only D8 and D16 and a few protocols. That's only $80. So that's going to blow the old jumper right out of the water. Was the 4-in-1, it goes to $99. Was the ELRS, it's $99. ELS starter set, which actually gives you 3 ELRS receivers. 1 was the ceramic antenna, 2 was the regular antenna. That's $140, and then was the Crossfire, it's $150. So, yeah, ELRS, I'm hearing the same thing. However, I've had a bad experience over the weekend here. Anyway, let's finish this carry case for this. It's extra, so you'd have to come up with your own carry case or buy something. I think what's the pricing? We're pretty well set. Here's the batteries. So they sell pair batteries for it for $9. You know, I think it's okay. So, yeah, Michael Blade, he's on the ELRS too. So, yeah, I saw John's long range test too, Scott. Even though I would have wished he would have had a quad with a GPS on it to where you can see distance. So I actually have, I'm pretty sure John and I bought it at the same time because I have that. Let me put myself back in the picture here. Let me see how that works. There we go. Because I think we bought at the same time from Race Day Quads. This little nugget, that's the Crux 35. And I was going to play with it this weekend, but Mr. Beta FPV again disappointed me. I got the whole kit and caboodle here. Yep, this is a little backwards in the back, so I'm going to open it. But I was trying to update this and bind the stuff together, and this thing right here, this little booger, will not update. I cannot get firmware to load on this thing. Not happening. I'm not a happy camper. And if I go in on a controller, try to hit the bind button, nothing happens. I tried to bind it by plugging and unplugging 3 times on the crux, and that didn't work. And after fooling with it for about half a day, I finally say, screw it. I was actually going to buy the Happy Model Nano transmitter module. But now I may just hold off and wait for this thing to come on the market. Well, ELRS I think is good, but for the long distance, I'm still going to stick to Crossfire. In fact, I'm not going to tear all the Crossfires out of my units I have right now. Just, I got too much money wrapped up into that. So I'm just, whatever's got Crossfire on it's going to stay Crossfire. And whatever I'm building, and I need some lightweight, I'll be breaking out the ELRS, and I already got one of them small ass receivers here with a little ceramic antenna. You kind of can see it there sticking up in the back. So I'll be playing with that. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about this. This Zorro. So we'll have to find out. I'm sure somebody's going to have it for review before long. Probably somebody way more important than me. But just in case Radio Master is listening, I would like to have one of those for review, please. I actually bought the Radio Master TX60 NES, but it had way too many switches. I made way too many failure points for my taste. And if you want to know how easy you can break a switch on a radio, just ask Chris, Sunwire Sport Media. He knows all about that. And no, there will not be a football test on this thing. So, Sunrise, don't even get your foot warmed up for this one. You ain't kicking this. So, just so we have that out of the way. So, yeah, there you go. Come on, Radio Master. Like they're gonna tune into my little thing here. Anywho's, so on another note, I'm actually going to take a little bit of a break here for the holidays. I'm actually going on vacation again, and I'll be traveling a bit. I'll be seeing some people, and I'll be going to have some fun, but I won't be able to be online on Tuesdays at 5:30 like I normally am. So I'm going to take a little holiday hiatus, and I'll be back probably sometime middle of January. Unless something serious happens that, I need to break in and give my opinion on. Figure around the 11th of January, I'll be back. So, Well, Ben T had a little experience with the switches breaking on a TX16S too. Yeah, those switches break easy. So yeah, figure January 11th for me to be back in the saddle. Until then, I'm going to take a little time out. TJ Drones and more. Good evening, sir. And to those that tune in a little later, Autel is shipping, or saying again they'll be shipping within a week. We heard that malarkey before. We'll see what happens. AZ Drone Dude, good evening, sir. We're pulling a crowd here tonight. And a reminder, hit the old thummy upper button thingy there, if you would, please. TJ been out boat riding. Well, that's mighty big of you, Ben, to absolve Chris of this one. So, anyway, I was hoping to get Dad in here today, but his honeydew list has risen to ginormous dimensions, and he's not going to be able to join us tonight because he is tiling the bathroom. So, we tried. I gave him every opportunity, but he had to pass. And then we've got a little bit of an update on the F-35, Roma F-35. So I got that thing put together over the weekend. I've got a full-blown vista in it, because weight, we're really not going to worry about too much. And let's see, where's the scale? I feel like a dang dope dealer. I actually have a scale. Got to have a scale for everything around here. So, all right. We are at 291 grams, and we still got to put a battery on there. So, I'll have a flight report, a flight review of this thing coming up over my break. Now I actually have a computer I can edit with. We'll be playing with this a bit. I actually ordered some batteries for this thing, 1,000 milliamp hour 6S batteries. I'm also hearing that the lithium ion batteries work really well on this. It fits. I mean, fits pretty good. So I'll be trying all this out. Just for size, here is the Tattoo R-Line 1400, third generation battery on it. So I think we're going to have to give this a whirl and see how this thing flies. And no, I have not had a chance to go fly this thing, because when I did this, then I had to update. I actually had to update my module, and I had to go update every receiver on every quad I have. And talk about a pain in the butt. Well, it wasn't actually that bad. If I use 2-blade props, so will it go below 250? No. We're way over. I mean, without a battery, we're at 293. Put a battery on it, at least 100. Well, we'll put the 4S lithium ion battery on it. We're at 500 grams now. So we're the giveaway will be giving away the swinger here in a minute. I'm gonna make you all swingers. But yes, that is definitely happening today. Today we will be giving this guy away. The frame is not made of lead, but it does weigh 70 grams. So it's a pretty stout frame. But Burns did manage to break the frame. So what's a lame excuse? Wait a minute. What are we talking about? Ben, what's a lame excuse? What is that? That is the Parrot Swing. It kind of has a certain Star Wars quality to it. Let's see. Bring it in the picture. There we go. This thing is basically a vertical takeoff and landing quad, and then you put it in the fly mode and it turns. It comes with a controller, comes with a battery, and I had to buy 2 no charging cables because for some reason they were missing. I did fly this thing at one point. It's been a while, but she does work. I know that much. And whoever gets to win this thing, more batteries available on Amazon. Apparently the battery is a common size for Parrot. They also use that for their Mamba quad. So batteries are readily available for this thing. Yeah, it's going to be the swing drone. Well, actually, the Parrot Disco had that same black and white paint scheme, and the Parrot Mamba, it actually had a little gun on it. Let's see. Here we go. Let me bring those in. There's the Parrot Mamba. And you can actually see there's a little gun that would shoot little airsoft pellets. This guy's kind of too proud of these things, though. But yeah, that was a fun little quad too. Well, I don't know that Chris actually qualifies to partake in this. I mean, he done one too damn much. So yeah, no, but that is gonna be today's giveaway, the Parrot Swing. Let me see if I can pull. Let's see what we got for Parrot still even advertises this thing or not. And by the way, the Parrot and Nafi, is now out on pre-order for a mere $4,000. So if you couldn't make yourself spend the $3,000 on the Mavic 3, put a little extra on it and get the Anafi AI, and let's get that for $4,000. By the way, that is an LTE drone, so you're not ever going to have problems controlling this thing. I'll be scared to see what Dustin Dunno does with that on his long distance. I mean, he pushed Mavic 3 to just over 9 miles, 48,000 feet or whatever it was. Yep, I got a little bad news on the Lone Star hat. I placed an order for it, and it quickly got canceled, and I got refunded on it. I don't know what the hell's going on, but yeah, they just shut me down. I try to simplify the design a little bit, and if you look up here in my top right corner, you see that new simplified logo for Lone Star UAV. I don't know, but for some reason the hat company said they weren't able to do it. Some horseshit about having too many orders that they couldn't serve. Yeah. So I'm going to try a local shop that I've dealt with in the past and see what they have to say about themselves. I'll find somebody to get some hats made. Matter of fact, let me see here. And since we're on the subject of getting hats made, old Mr. T Spring decided to shut down my store because I wasn't charging enough. So I had to raise the prices. I redid the store. I'm not doing the whole gambit again. And I had to raise the prices slightly so that we can, so they won't take them off again because I'm not greedy enough. I don't know what the heck the deal is here, but yeah, I'm not happy. But what am I going to do? So let me I will show you some pictures here. Let's do this. All right, make it a little bigger. All right, here's what the new t-shirts look like. That is the navy blue t-shirt, and I also have it in, I have a number of different colors, but I also have the black one here to show you. There we go. And Third Eye's in the house. Good evening, sir. So that's the news on the t-shirt front. And now we only got to figure out a way to give away this swinger. So how many people do we have in the chat now? We have 15 people in the chat now. So I'm going to pick a number between A and B. I'm not even going to say it yet because I don't want y'all to get started yet. And because I don't want everybody just to hammer numbers, I want you to write swing and then the number. So if you want to pick 15, for example, you have to write swing 15. So, and just so there's no misunderstandings, I only ship within the United States. I cannot afford to ship overseas. The overseas shipping prices are just a deal breaker. So if somebody from overseas does one, I will send you some stickers or something, but I cannot afford to ship this thing international. It's just going to be too much. Well, I haven't even picked the number yet. So, and I haven't even set the range of numbers yet. We had 15 people. Well, now we got 14 people. Apparently somebody didn't want it. So pick a number between 1 and 35. Pick a number between 1 and 35. Let's see. Johnny Droneflyer in the house. Mike Henry. And we have a winner. Here's the number. Scott Jackrabbit FPV. You nailed it. So Scott sent me an email, LoneStarUAV@gmail.com. Get me your shipping address, and I get this thing shipped out to you here in the next couple days. I'm not gonna promise you have it by Christmas, but it will ship out. Yeah, Sergio, you would have won it if Jackrabbit didn't beat you to it. So Scott was the first one to come up, and Jackrabbit FPV, Scott, you're it. So Scott, email to LoneStarUAV@gmail.com, and we'll get this worked out. Yeah, you're welcome, Jack. You're welcome, Scott. There's always a next time, Sergio. You got that right. There'll always be a next time. So, congrats, Scott. He's got it. He won it. And he will receive it. And I don't know how long it's going to take. It's shipping from Texas. I'm not quite sure where you're located at, Scott, right now. So, I'll get her mailed out. Johnny Droneflyer says he's under medication so he can get away with it. Did they make short pills now? Sorry, that ain't funny. He can't help it. But I need to get Johnny to take a picture like that. Sunny Florida. Well, should be there in a couple of days. Johnny had surgery today. Wait a minute. Johnny, what did you have surgery for today? Didn't you have hernia surgery? Did I read something about that? Yeah, he had hernia surgery. I hope they didn't slip what's the knife, and now you have this unique sound, or should I say the sound of a eunuch? I don't know. That's too close to the family jewels for anybody fooling around with a knife. I mean, next thing you know, you're gonna be with Art up there in Denver. I don't know if you saw this post on Facebook earlier today. Apparently, his water mattress sprung a leak last night, and then he found out he didn't have a water bed. So we'll just leave it up there. So you got cut by a robot. So no doctor was brave enough to cut you because they were worried about. Well, that took a minute there, Sunrise. Ben had hernia surgery 20 years ago. That's when they still did it the old-fashioned way. And Sunrise has some technology challenges with technology. You know, it helps when you turn stuff on. There's the power button. You push on it and make stuff come on. You know, for those that are slightly technically challenged. So Ben's hernia is still holding. Johnny got cut up by a robot, and Sunrise can't figure out how to turn the equipment on. Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda. You got to turn it on. So, well, Johnny, here's to a speedy recovery. We got to have you around again. I guess you got till April because that's when the next meetup is, right? Yeah, at least he didn't drop kick. Drop kick is Chris's MO. Drop kick stuff. I'm not trying to rub anything in. I'm trying to help you out so you don't repeat your mistakes. We call it counseling, unless, there's a very narrow hallway, then we can do some wall-to-wall counseling. And I'm not going to explain what that involves. So, equipment works better when you turn it on. Power buttons, they're your friend. Like on this thing, you push the button and then you see the little light come on. That means it's on. Grown up says Jerry, he knows wall-to-wall counseling. As a high school teacher, I would expect you would. Or was that more from your Air Force days? That's right. Face your demons, Chris. Man up. Johnny, that your 9-year-old granddaughter outflies you on FPV is not really that surprising. The kids are way more capable of this technology stuff than us old farts. Oh, yeah, I can teach you all about how electronics work. We're going to get a cable, and then, there's a black wire and a white wire, and you hold one with either hand, and then, I'll plug it in really slowly. So, then you can feel really slowly how that powers up. And then everything you need to know about electronics. Here's the electrical engineer asking me to explain him electronics. Yeah, right. And Northeast Journalist made it in here. Good evening, sir. Well, let's smurf you here real quick. Where you at? And there we go. You've been ranched. Northeast, if you would type something so we can make sure that it worked. So there he is. We got him in blue. The man in blue, not the man in black. So Drawn Up says Jerry, our friendly high school. You are a wrench? No, you've been wrenched. So, anyhow, eat more possum. You've been working on some special projects too, I've seen. What are you working on right now? What is he headed out? No. Oh no. So I haven't been able to stupid Oklahoma wind sweeping down the plain, causing wildfires. Yeah, no, we don't want wildfires. You keep the wildfires up there. We don't need none of that business. So let me take a look, see at my email here and see. Check right there we are. Scott, I got your email. We'll get her out to you. Grinch or Grinch? Well, you guys don't put these things in my head. No. Do any guys print 3D print was a Sobol? No, I 3D print, but I've got an FL Sun. So anyone here prints was a Sobol. Get a hold of Drawn Up Says Jerry. Had Jeff been wrenched? Let's see. Where's Jeff at? Oh, he hadn't been wrenched. Okay. Well, we'll wrench him too. There we go. Carolina Air Shots. Jeff, you have been wrenched. Is that? You're not green. No, you should be blue now. Yeah, you should be blue now. And you got smurfed, yeah. Yeah, I don't have a Sobol. I have a cheap FL Sun QQS Pro Delta printer. I love that thing. It works. It works well. And oh yeah, if anybody is getting the F-35 and you need the base for the camera, it's actually on Diatone's website for download. So I was going to start and design one, and then I got to looking around, and NT uses an Ender 5 Pro. I kind of wish I would have jumped on the Ender 6 SE. Modified smart controller was QMA quick. And oh, yeah, you had the big ass antennas, wasn't that you? Who at that Facebook post was the freaking 2-foot antennas on a Phantom controller? Apparently somebody was compensating for something. SE is too restrictive. Okay, apparently I'm missing something here. Fly from the warmth of my vehicle without compromising signal strength. What are you doing? Put a satellite dish on top of your truck? I mean, once you get the SMA, you could actually put a length of wire and, plant the antenna wherever you want it to. You could actually put it on the tracker. The Phantom 4 Pro controller. Well, there's still diehards out there that are still hoping for the Phantom 5. And in case you haven't heard it yet, but apparently the Mini 3 is coming out April of next year. So we're off to speculating what the Mini 3 is going to have for us. We haven't even crashed the Mavic 3 yet. Now we're on to bigger and better things. It's the Mini 3, and there's going to be everybody and their uncle is going to have a video out. This is what we're going to expect out of the Mini 3. Lord help us all. So, but anyhow, I think I'm going to call it the evening here. I'd like to thank all of you for your continued support. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to take a little bit of a holiday hiatus. We'll be back with my regularly scheduled insanities come January 11th. Obviously, I'm going to put the notification on YouTube, and I'm going to do some. I've got a number of reviews that I need to do. I bought the Sky Zone 04Ls. We're going to do a review on that. I got to do a review on the Crux 35 HD. I got to do a review on the Roma F35 HD. And then I'm still building that little shocker as a 3.5 inch. So right now in my world, it's all going to be about 3.5 inch. So I'm going to try to build a 3.5 inch for under 250, and we'll see how that works out. Yeah, just fly what you got. There you go. Johnny, you have the right parting words right there. So, Johnny, speedy recovery. Hopefully you'll be back on your feet quickly. 3.5 inches is the way to go, and that's what she said. No, actually, that's what Chris said. But that's what she said. That's what Chris said. Something like that. Who cares? Anyhow. Yep, we'll be arrested and raring to go, and hopefully Dad will be out of his dog house or out off his honeydew list. Yeah, thank you so much for your continued support. I hope I'll see you again in January. Until then, y'all have a great evening. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button on the way out. I would appreciate it. And until then, y'all take care. And I'll see you January 11th. Bye-bye.